Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Amy Galore, and in this video I am baking gluten-free cupcakes for the first time ever. Not gonna lie, I was a little scared throughout almost the entire video, wondering what's the flavor gonna be like, or is it actually gonna turn out decent overall? I would say yes, so if you wanna skip ahead and see the gist of basically what all went down, by all means. Now, why I wanted to try out gluten-free baking is because lately I've been on a gluten-free diet, and that means having zero gluten in my diet. And gluten's in almost everything in America. I don't know about where you live if it's not America, but there's gluten in literally almost everything, which sucks. But like, hey, you gotta go one way or the other, right? So not only my diagnosis has changed my perspective on food, but also what I'm cooking with or what I'm baking with my food. The baking was therapeutic in some ways, but the smell overall, it had a nice, warm, light vanilla scent to it, which I like a vanilla scent that makes my house smell like that. I did start getting a little bit skeptical when I started mixing because it started to look like applesauce, but I am also trying to figure out which gluten-free flours that I like, and coconut flour is okay. I actually got a cookbook recently specifically for people who are sensitive to foods, gluten-free and dairy-free. I'm going to link that down in the description box below, and you can check it out yourself. If you want to try out new baking, new cooking meals, or if you want to try out for a personal use, for any other reason. While we're on the subject of gluten-free topic, switching up to an entire gluten-free diet and dairy-free, it is insanely expensive. I actually am glad that there was a allergy-friendly frosting. Icing and frostings, they're different to, I think, some people, but there was only one option, I kid you not. Because in the baking area, there's around 60 varieties of brands like Betty Crocker, Pillsbury, Duncan Hines, and there's a Great Value. There's so many other brands that are not allergy friendly, and so it would be very hard to work with something like that. So the struggle is real. So if you have noticed, I'm using tin foil as baking cupcake liners. Wait, yeah, I didn't buy baking liners. I could have, but I didn't. I didn't bother. As I was putting the batter inside the, you would call it baking liners, it didn't look too bad. I would say I did have to make more because I still had a fair amount of batter left. Now, I don't know if you have tried allergy-friendly icing or frosting or anything allergy baking related. Little did I know that the cream cheese that I bought didn't taste nearly as much like as the typical cream cheese frosting. I thought it was vanilla, because it looked like it was vanilla, but it smelled very fruity. But I would imagine that has to do with the palm fruit oil, the texture, the stirring, everything about it was surprising. It was new to me, and I would say it was fairly decent for the most part. What threw me off is that it tasted like Captain Berries, Captain Crunch, some cereal like that I haven't had since my childhood. And anyway, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!